We have quite a bit to discuss weather-wise, but first we're going to take a look at what our highs were today. We saw a high of 60 degrees in Carbondale, 63 off towards the north into Festus, and 65 was our warmest spot down in Portageville in southeastern Missouri. So it was very warm, and these warming temperatures are really going to be continuing as we go throughout the next couple of days. We're seeing a little bit of fog right now into portions of Poplar Bluff, and temperatures this hour are still very warm. We're in the lower 50s in Marion and in Carbondale. Our coolest location right now is Mount Vernon at about 46 degrees, and down into Paducah they're still pretty close to 60 degrees with a temperature at 58. So it is a very, very warm evening, and although we are seeing a little bit of fog on our Poplar Bluff camera, the good news is we're really not tracking any dense fog across our region as of this hour. Winds are also out of the south at about 7 to 8 miles per hour, which is helping to keep us warm, though winds are a little less gusty off towards the north, say around Carmi and around Carbondale, with wind gusts of 2 and 3 miles per hour being observed respectively. As we go throughout the rest of the evening and overnight hours, we're really going to struggle to get out of the 50s, and I think we may only briefly get into the upper 40s early tomorrow morning, but notice we'll very quickly be back into the mid 50s by the time we make it to 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. A few stray sprinkles are possible through the overnight hours, but overall I am expecting us to remain dry. Those isolated showers have really been trending out of the forecast through the overnight hours. A very warm day with pretty close to record highs is expected for tomorrow, and we're tracking what will likely be a very active Christmas day, especially in the early morning hours in terms of shower and maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. Again, that'll be earlier in the day on Christmas. Right now you're taking a look at where that system is that is bringing a few isolated showers to our region over the past couple of hours. It's back off towards the portions of the Colorado Rockies, and it's also generating some pretty active weather into portions of Texas and Oklahoma. But right now, again, we're only seeing a few isolated showers down towards our south try to work their way into our region, but as they do, they are starting to fall apart. So again, as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours, only a few sprinkles are really going to be possible, and those are mainly going to be earlier on into the evening. But by the time we make it to tomorrow, I'm expecting us to be partly cloudy with temperatures into the lower 40s. And by the time we make it to lunchtime, we could see a few of those isolated showers into southeastern Missouri. But overall, I think a lot of us are going to be dry, and we're not going to see any substantial rain until later on in the evening, say at about 10 or 11 o'clock, where we're going to see a few more isolated showers start to work their way into our region. We're going to start the day in the lower 50s, but by 9 a.m. we're already going to be into the upper 50s, and we could make it to the mid to upper 60s, maybe even near 70 down into portions of southeastern Missouri. And our record high for the day on Christmas Eve is 66 degrees, and I think we're going to get dangerously close to that. And by 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. I should say, we're still going to be into the upper 50s. And in addition to a few breaks in the clouds helping us to warm up, we're also going to be experiencing pretty strong southerly winds of about 20 to 23 miles per hour across our region. So again, that's really going to help us warm up. You are going to want to keep that Storm Track 3 app handy because we are tracking what will likely be some pretty widespread rain, especially in the early morning hours on Christmas Day. And you'll see those showers start to work their way into our region by about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll see a few lingering showers behind that front. But overall, I think we are going to be experiencing the majority of the rainfall in the morning. And by the time that cold front moves off, we're really going to be drying out by the time we make it to Tuesday and into Wednesday, where we could see a few isolated flurries. Rainfall-wise from the system, I think we're going to see about 3/4 of an inch in our easternmost counties and about a ½ inch further off towards the north around the Mount Vernon area. We are going to be dry by the time we make it to Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to see a few isolated showers that could be mixing in with a little bit of snow, but I'm not overall expecting a widespread winter weather event, and we should be drying out for Thursday. And check out these temperatures. We're going to go from the mid 60s on Saturday to the 40s by the time we make it to Wednesday. So it is going to be very, very cold and very, very cold by the time we make it to this time next week. So just to recap, we're going to see temperatures tomorrow get into the mid 60s, low 60s for Christmas Day, and then we're going to see temperatures get into the upper 40s for Tuesday, low 40s for Wednesday, and then we're really going to be pretty chilly by the time we make it to this time next weekend.
Yeah, it's almost like around Christmas, just only
yes.
around it is going to be cold, but on the actual day, warm.
Yes,
Right.
Very warm on Christmas Day.
All right, thank you, Karen.